まともに差し込まない君はまるで日陰に咲いた花のよう望んだはずじゃなかった場所に手を離されて動けずにいるんだね
Welcome back to another episode of GAMER-0, where we spread that gaming truth like a virus. I'm your host, T Hill. So you might notice I got a nice little scar. My cat kind of mauled my ass the other night. He's lucky he was on his own little legs, but so kind of feeling like I don't know, Al Pacino and some Scarface right now. Not that bad. You guys may or not be able to see it, so. I digress. Get back to the subject at hand. I have a lot of good stuff, but you know, that Gamers 411 podcast, we've got some good stuff going on there. I hope you guys have checked it out. If you haven't given it a shot, give it a shot. If you're on my YouTube page, go check it out. I provided the links to some of the episodes, the first 2 episodes. Go check those out. It's good fire, and we're constantly adding people to the show, and I can plan on continuing to expand our fold. Which leads me into one part of my episode, which is female gamers. You ever feel kind of quiet? Felt like you're going to be attacked by guy gamers when you're playing a game, but you have a lot to say and you want to be opinionated? Come on, Gamers 411. We got a home for you. I want a strong female gamer to represent for gaming goddesses everywhere. Put it down. Nothing's tighter than a woman that could slay a cat any day of the week. So if you're interested and you got an opinion and you want to speak out and not have to worry about people attacking you because you're a woman and say that you can't play or objectify you in any kind of fashion, we don't put it down. We don't get down like that. It's all about, you know, having fun, talking about gaming, getting gaming in. So if you want to do that and you want to step up from just being in the community to be a part of something that's going to be very big over the next, I don't know, however long we all can do this, then hit me up, hit up any one of the staff for Gamers 411, Night Gen, Payback Iron Man, Hitman, myself. We got a guest host coming in for you know, a little something, something for you guys coming up. You guys will know his voice automatically. So yeah, gamer goddesses, hit us up through any one of the typical means. Get you on the show. Hope you guys get a chance and enjoy it. So my topic for tonight's video, you guys have read, it's about the whole censoring of games. Now, I've talked about this before in the past. The media and how the mainstream media, I mean the outside of the gaming media, the gaming journalism, the main population media, they go on slants and spills and total just like non-logical kind of debates about how gaming causes violence. Shit, a book can cause violence. Somebody used a Twinkie as a defense for why they were violent. I mean, using gaming as a scapegoat, to me, it's a cop-out. It's a fact that you're a bad parent and you don't want to take ownership. And what I've seen is society doesn't want to take ownership for their actions. That's why we always say, hey, it's okay, let the government step in and do our jobs for us as parents. Me personally, you have a kid, you do your job, and you don't let your kid, if they're under a certain age, you don't let them cop certain games. I'm a hardcore gamer. I have a kid. He ain't gonna be playing no GTA 5 at an early age. He's not gonna be playing no Mortal Kombat at an early age. Yeah, I did it, and I'm desensitized now. Thanks very much, Mortal Kombat. No jokes. I love Mortal Kombat, but you know, you got to know your kid's appropriate age and their maturity to let them play certain games and make sure they're not over abusing them. Oh shit, Hope you guys are seeing all these lovely little figures. Some are collectibles. I had Big O up here somewhere, but I took him down for, I can't know why. Can't remember why, but getting back to the subject, you know, the whole censorship is, you know, it's anything to make games look bad and make them look as like they're not an art form. I mean, the same could be said of books. The same could be said of advertisements, commercials, TV, T-shirts. I mean, anything can be caused to be detrimental, and the media is going after gaming right now because it's a big topic, it's a big industry, it's an expanding industry, and they link everything back to gaming as a problem in the world. You look at the shootings that just happened recently. They go back, oh well, look at on his World of Warcraft account. Last time I checked, WoW isn't the most violent of violent games. Splatterhouse, that's a pretty fucking violent game. That's a pretty violent game. And they compare it to WoW. They do these studies and say that that certain games of specific genres are very violent, and when, you know, a gamer knows what they are, they're like, that's not like the most violent game. I mean, there's games that are just have gratuitous violence for gratuitous violence's sake. I personally don't enjoy those, but there are those that do, and it's the right of the content creator to be able to do it and not have to worry about being subjected to the mainstream media's ignorance and their completely uninformed, biased outlook. And you know, the mainstream masses don't know any better, so when that media outlet starts pushing their agenda and the politicians start pushing that agenda, it makes it look even worse. And you know, most of these people have never sat down and played the game that they talk about. They don't know anything about the culture of gaming. The people that are playing gaming, whether they're advocates of gaming violence, whether they're not advocates, whether they look at their kids and say, okay, what's a reasonable age? They don't do any of that. They don't ask any of those questions. They just, with little to no information, make really ignorant opinions and pass it off as fact. And to me, I got no patience for it. You guys know how I feel about passing on bad information, not doing your research. To me, that's the shittiest example of journalism. You're supposed to go out there and do your research, and that doesn't mean go to one source to get your information. It's go to multiple sources and see if it becomes a cohesive piece of material. And I don't want to beat that up too much, but what I'm trying to get at is, how do you guys feel about the mainstream media positioning themselves to constantly attack the gaming community? And you know, you see things like Medal of Honor and them having to change Taliban to the other force or whatever, the enemy force or whatever. To me, that's bullshit. That's bull. I mean, just because it's current gaming, like the current world history, what's going on right now, you can't use it. Last time I checked, the Taliban were around before we went to war. The Taliban were a problem before we went to war. And so just because it's fresh now and people's kids are dying, well, vets died in all the wars before. We talk about them in games before. You don't see anyone saying Call of Duty, anyone's with back in World War II were an issue, because it's old news. Just because it's a sensitive subject right now, it's an art form. You don't see anyone going after these movies saying, oh, well, no, you can't have Taliban, you can't have shit in the Middle East. To me, that's bull. I mean, it's pretty much saying that it's not an art form and it's unacceptable. And when you get people from the military, currently in the military, helping direct and participate in the creation of this content, supporting that part for the mothers and everything. And I seen that one chick on TV, you know, going out about how it's distasteful and all this stuff. It's like, do you even know what you're talking about? You didn't play the game. You couldn't have, because it hadn't even been released yet. But to be so vocal about it, I mean, if anything, what it does is to a community that's not aware of that whole issue, that doesn't follow the daily news, that is a way of potentially opening their eyes to an issue, a current world's issue that they're not informed on. And I'm not saying that's what the game was about. What I'm saying is that it's a way to involve another community of people who would normally not got involved. And instead, what these people do is they go out and attack it. And the politicians, because they want to either be overly conservative or overly liberal for whatever reason, for whatever agenda they're pushing, they'll go out there for their campaigning for the next time they're going to be an election. They go out to attack these game developers and content creators, and at the end we get attacked. I mean, the laws that Arnold Schwarzenegger's been trying to pass forever, it pretty much tells a parent, you don't have a choice. We're going to tell you what you're going to do, and we're going to control the content. And you know, it boils down to me, parents need to do their job. And if you don't want your kid playing a game that says Taliban in it, here's the idea: don't give them the money. Be an adult. They come home with it, you take it away, you take it back to the store. If your kid's friend brings it over to your house, you make your kid's friend take it back. I mean, telling people what a content creator can do and can't do is, I mean, that's just complete and utter censorship. It's like some mind control regime that's trying to dominate. And for any conservative, just complete whack job, and not to attack that lady in particular, but I heard her agenda, and she's pretty much saying that grown adults can't do it. Grown adults can't play those games. They shouldn't be allowed to play anything that has a sensitive subject matter that offends her. Well, if it offends you, don't watch it. Don't read it. Don't play it. Don't let your family play it. That's your choice as an American citizen. That's a choice that you make. You don't have the right to force that on anyone else who wants to play that, who wants to experience that. That's like you saying, okay, well, I don't want that in there, so you can't go see that movie. I don't want that on TV, so you can't watch that. Last time I checked, this is the land of the free, and artistic expression is openly accepted. So I want to know what you guys think. I spilled on this enough. I just, the censorship that's going on, and the way that the media and the politicians and even these conservative religious, I'm going to call it kind of nut jobs, are going out there. And I'm sorry for any military families that have been hurt, and the families that have been victims of violent crimes, or their family members passed away in the war. But those are things that, you know, I understand are personal to you, but that doesn't mean you get to then impose your will on the media. It's not the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many. That's not how it works. You don't get to dictate how it's going to be to us. And for any company to back down for that, any judge that says, oh, that's okay, your rights supersede everybody else's rights, is complete B. It's just BS. That's all it is. And as a gaming community, when we see ignorance and personal prejudice and bias and agendas being pushed, we need to step up, go out there and say, stop. If you don't know, let's educate you. Let's sit you down and educate you. And inform them about, if you don't want it, don't look at it. If you don't want your family to review that content, don't let them. That's called being an adult, being a person, and understanding that society will roll on without you, and that you do have your part and the place you play. But it doesn't mean you get to dictate how our lives are and what content we can choose or choose not to absorb. So I want to know what you guys think. I'm very passionate about this subject matter. And I think, you know, the whole Bulletstorm thing, it just kind of triggered me. It's been boiling in me for a while, and if you guys don't know, go check it out there. There's been a lot of stuff with Fox News, and they've been a very big advocate about violence in gaming and how it's, you know, it's going to affect the gaming community, and our children are so jeopardized. It's called Stop Being Piss Poor Freaking Parents. Do your job. Do your job. If you don't know about games, go read up on a website. There's tons of them out there. And that all depends on the good journalists that you follow upon. But it's just Fox News. Get your head out of your ass. I mean, come on now. The tactics you're using are disgusting. And it's just gaming community. If your friends and your family members' friends don't know about gaming, and you see them starting to turn towards that way, sit them down and educate them. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about the whole censorship of gaming, and how the average person who has no knowledge of gaming feels that they have the right to dictate how our gaming should be experienced and how we should enjoy our passion, our hobby, our pastime. So let me know. You know, as always, you can hit me up on hiphopgamershow.com. On Twitter, it's T_Hill0, or you can hit me up on PSN, it's T-Hill. And, you know, got to give it out. Go check out that Gamers 411. We're doing another episode tomorrow. Probably be up, hopefully, by the end of this weekend, depending on how long it runs. Hope you guys enjoy that. You know, as always, check out hiphopgamershow.com. Check out Night Gen's work. Check out Payback's work. Check out Hitman's work. We all got some great fire. I love those guys. They got some they're great people. They're great content creators. So if you don't know about them, or you have you're on the fence about reading their stuff, go check it out. I highly recommend it. Will educate your mind. All right, that's all I've got for this episode of Gamer-0. I'm your host, T Hill. I'm out. Peace.